Hello friends, it's Annette from Stampin' with the Bees. And a couple people said yeah when I put the thing up about going live. So hopefully a couple of you are out there. Say hello when you get here. Tell me where you're from if it's your first time. So I have a blog post tomorrow, and as I was trying to debate should I go live or not, I realized I haven't made a card yet. And it goes live at like 5 a.m. Hey Diane. Hey Debbie. So I pulled this paper out. I have a sketch, but I don't really want to play with the sketch. I was thinking it would be fun to play with this paper. And because I haven't done a thing with it yet, and it's very pretty. It's got a lot of landscape type things. I don't know that I have a stamp that so much goes with it, but I kind of have an idea of something I could do. So what I kind of thought was, in the interest of doing layers, I kind of thought this one was kind of cool because I like the colors. But I also thought that these were kind of cool, but I really like the one that has the yellow in it as well. I'm not going to go pink. There's the flip side of this one also. There's one that's got more yellow in it. Oh, this one here has yellow. So this one here has a little bit, maybe not enough. This one has a lot of yellow. And this side is cool. So I'll sort of show you what I'm thinking of for my thought. And I pulled out these dies. I didn't buy the bundle, I bought the dies. But like these tickets are kind of what sold me. And this one here, I saw a cool card where they use those for different layers. And these are really cool. They, I haven't taken it off here yet, and the adhesive can be sticky. But these don't cut. What they do is they emboss the paper, and maybe what I'll do is I'll take one of these strips right here. I'm wondering if I should do it in a color that I might use on my card. So hang on. Let's see if we got a little scrap of... Yeah, a little scrap of Blackberry Bliss. So let me just, take these and run them through the machine. And the cool thing is, with these dies, is they're all smaller, and the the mini stamp cut and emboss is on sale right now, so this would be a perfect set to get to go with it, because all these dies will work with that one. But there's a whole host of dies that are on sale, and I believe every single one of those will go through the machine. I'd have to check the sunflowers, but I'm pretty sure that it would. I'm not sure why they would put it on sale if it didn't. You know what I mean? So just give me 1 second. You just run it through the same way you would with if you were cutting a die. So it's like your 1, 2, 3 plates, or your 1, 2, 3, 3 plates. Oh, so there's my two. There's my two dies, and then there's what it did to the paper. Cool, right? So I may use that. Sorry, just get on here and all right away we got a sneeze. So I pulled those out, and then I did a couple of these in white. I did 3 because the one looked like it had a mark on it, but maybe it was just a fuzz. So that's the ticket, and it's like you could actually use that for a real ticket because it's like serrated there. And I think if I folded it back and forth, I could probably tear it. Thank you, Julie. And then I also did these little ticker tape sort of tickets. So let me show you sort of what I'm thinking. What I'm going to try and explain the concept. And I might use the one that's less scenery first. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this, because it's a 6x6, I'm going to cut it at 3 inches. So I've got my 2 pieces at 3 inches. And then I'm going to turn it sideways. And does it matter which one I use? I'm just going to turn it sideways, and I'm going to cut a little bit off the end so that it's the length of a card, which would be the 5 3/8. So there's like very little waste, but at least now that is the width of a card base. And I haven't really decided what card base I was going to put it on. What is this, 4 1/4? This is not 4 1/4. Let's cut this at 4 1/4. And oh, but I don't want it to be. Hang on. I don't want it to be a portrait or a sideways card. I want it. It's probably going to be an up and down card. Oh, I got a card base already. Hang on. Do I? Is this 5 1/2? No, it is not. I got all these random pieces that look like card bases, but they're not. So let's score that at 4 1/4. Just so I can show you what I'm thinking. So this is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. So it's my standard card base that I use. I'm just going to give it a crease here so it stays flat. And then my thought was that it would run up and down on the card like so, but I actually think I'm going to put it on this side, because I was sort of envisioning that my ticket would go here. Oh no, it doesn't. It has to go over here. But my ticket would go here, and I would put my piece here. And then what I was thinking was that I would take one of these, and I'm thinking I might go with Blackberry Bliss, and just tuck it behind my original ticket. Because it's a sketch that I had seen where somebody used these dies, and it was like, that's kind of cool. But now I'm thinking, I'm regretting cutting this in half. I'm thinking that maybe I should have went with the whole card front. So we'll just go like that. Because then I can tie a ribbon around. Maybe if I tied a ribbon around here. And I'm going to, if I can find it. Maybe it's not in there. Maybe it's in here. I think it's retired. Ooh, I'd have to check the catalog. But we had a Blackberry Bliss ribbon. Just give me 1 second, because I'm sure. I know I have a new roll of it. Okay, it's not in there, but I know I have a new roll. And I think it's, oh, that's not Blackberry Bliss. It's this one. Come on. Oh, if Michelle tunes in, because we were just talking, she's going to be like, ugh, purple, and leave me. Hey, Pam. Hey, Rita. All right. You can go on the garbage, which is buried. Oh, my desk is such a mess. Okay, but if we're going to go Blackberry Bliss, then perhaps I should actually use the blue. Because I was envisioning tying myself a bow around this ribbon, this ticket, in the creases. But I want it to be kind of loopy. So I'm going to do a trick here where I'm going to cut a hunk of this ribbon off. Like I want it in the crook here. And I'm going to put this underneath. This is where you need extra hands. So something along that lines. And then I'm going to tie this in a knot here on this side. And bring you over here too. And then I'm a little low for you guys to see, aren't I? Here we go. So I've got it tied around, and I've taken this extra one and just tucked it underneath. And now I'm going to tie a bow. So this one's here, and then these two are lined up over here. Did you guys see? Maybe you didn't see how I did that. Let me do it again. Okay, so here's my ribbon tied around in the notches. Like so. Was my plan. Doesn't want to stay in the notches until you can actually get it in there when you go to tie the knot. There we go. So there, on that side like so. And then I'm going to take this one and put it under my tied ribbon while I'm still holding this, because it's not tied. It's gonna just or loosen itself. So there. And then I'm gonna just take that and I'm gonna tuck it under my knot that I just tied. Of course, it doesn't want to go. Like so. Holding my knot, and then I'm gonna make my loop here and gather this up and make my loop here. And I go over so that my bows will be, well, actually, it'd be kind of nice if it was like so. Now I need to pull this, and I might have made, something is a little short on this end. But it'll be fine because I'll still have this tail. And then I can pull my loops apart. And like, I cut the ticket out, and I've seen where people have embossed, okay, these don't want to come, there we go, where they've embossed them, and you can stamp on them, of course, obviously, because I made white ones. So there's my bow, and I may need to put a glue dot in there, but that's kind of my thought process, is that my ticket is here, and here, and here. See, this is my layers kind of thing. But I'm kind of wondering, because I left this so naked, if I should. Now, I pulled this out a little while ago, and I had a piece of the blue, but I might have used it for die cutting. I did. Yeah, they're all narrow pieces. But I'm kind of thinking I'm going to cut another one of these tickets, and I'll show you why in a second. Just give me 1 minute. I'm going to cut it in white, but I don't know where my dies went now because I moved them around. Oh, right here. Right here. And are you wide enough? You are wide enough. And I'll show you what I'm going to do here. If you bear with me for a second. I'm just cutting another row of those tickets out. The die will lay nice and stay where I put it. And go through the stamp cutting and emboss machine like a good kid. And it did. Yay. So, sorry. Push that out. And put this here. Because what I was thinking is I could mirror that blue and kind of add some interest here on this one and just kind of tuck it under here like it's, you know, like if it was a scallop, only it's not a scallop, it's tickets kind of thing, sort of thing. That kind of idea. That sort of idea. And I guess if I keep it over, I can keep my paper in the middle, and that'll be my interest maybe. Or we could get really crazy and cut another piece of blue. Hang on. So this is was 3 inches. Okay, give me a second. I need to think for a minute. Yes, you. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna lose the card base. I know you're all like, what? And my card base is gonna be actually just a piece of Misty Moonlight, and it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm gonna take this piece of Misty Moonlight, which is 11 by 3 1/8, scored at 5 1/2, and I'm going to glue it to the front of my card right here. And I did it so that one side was shorter than the other so that my card would stand up nicer. So hopefully it works out the way that I imagine it will. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on here, but I'm not going to go all the way to the edge because I still want to tuck my ticket in there. So I'm going to just do a... Oh, that's not the glue that's not the glue we're currently using that's full. This one is. So I'm going to go down to the edge here, but I'm going to stay in the middle. And then at the top here, I'm going to do the full edge here because I want this open so I can tuck my ticket in there. You know what I mean? You will see in a minute. Just give me a second. And then I'm going to put this in the middle. In the middle. Over, over, over. And even. Yes. And then I'm going to take that ticket. Where is that ticket? Right here. And I'm just going to do... I don't want to put any adhesive where the ... is because it'll just squeeze through. But I'm going to put it here. And then I'm going to take my tickets. And because I didn't put any glue on the edge, I should be able to just slide them in here. Not all the way and not terribly far, but just... And then that just gives me a little bit of interest there, right? So now I'm going to need a piece of white for here. So that would be 5 3/8, and it should be 3. So that piece should fit right there as an innie. Yes, but I'm not sure what to do with it yet because I feel like I need to stamp on it, but I'm not going to stamp on it yet. And then my front, which is going to end up with this piece on, so I'm going to put it on there now. So my card's turning into a fun fold. And it's supposed to be like layers, so... So that's that. And then this guy, I think, is going to go on dimensionals. Sort of here. I'm kind of wondering if I should flip them around. And then I was going to put these tickets on this side, if you will remember. What I should have done maybe is stamped my sentiment on there before I put the dimensionals on the back. So let me think. What stamp set to use and what dimensional? Because that's the part that I don't know. Are you guys even still there? Everybody's just watching. My camera seems... Why does it seem dark? Does it seem dark to you guys? Oh, because this light's not on. There, that might help a little bit. Okay, stamp set. Thinking that. I'm gonna. I'm gonna put... Oh, I just had an idea. That set's gonna wait for a minute. Does this set have a good sentiment? Sorry. This is the part I seem to have the most trouble with, is like, what am I gonna use? What do I want to say? What am I gonna use the card for? And I always pull this set out. You guys have seen me do that a million times. And if you're commenting, I don't know what's going on here. Like, I'm thinking if I stamp something across the middle, or do I try and rip off those? Ooh, since I didn't really push them down too much, they just might. Ah, that one ripped a little bit. So there, that's not bad. So now I can stamp on that, nice and flat. Let's see. I kind of wonder, oh gosh, I always forget this set has a bunch of stuff in it. I wonder if I should just do a hello right here. And perhaps we'll do it in Blackberry. Blackberry Bliss. Yep, that'll do. How lucky am I? This is the problem with not having it figured out ahead of time. Is what do I do with it? Okay, can we put these back on? And hopefully they'll stick. And maybe we will put a little bit of insurance in there and stick one up the middle just to be safe. You know what? And let's close this before we wear it. And we're gonna stick you down. I'm right-handed. You'd think I would have like my glue and all the things over here so I wouldn't have to, but I always find myself reaching across the screen, right? You'd think I would figure that out. Oh boy. Okay. Now this card needs something else. So where is my garbage can? Why is it buried? Okay. And I kind of switched the side where my bow was, and I kind of think it looks cool. But because you can see this one, I feel like this one's too long now. And then this one is non-existent right here. But we'll trim it up just to be safe. And we'll give you a little bit smaller of a tail. And we might just take a glue dot for some insurance and give that bow a little twist and stick. Okay, so something else would be, or could be a couple flowers. So the piece of DSP this is from that big set. Mine has dwindled to scraps, but it's the Pattern Party Designer Series paper where you get like all these different bits, and like on the back there's black and white patterns on the back of all the colored ones, and one of them is all those flowers like here, and so I just cut out a bunch of those little flowers. I know, I'm crazy. It's okay, you can say it out loud. And so I was thinking maybe I wonder if it looks okay to pop a few of those on. but I'm not so sure. And I think if I move this, I might have a few flowers that would probably suit it better, which might be these ones. Yeah, these black and white ones, I don't know that they suit it. I'll save these for another day. But I think these ones might suit it. And this one needs a little trim. The die, I must have had it on there ever so slightly wrong, because it's like off to one side. Happens to all of us. That's why we have scissors. Fix her up. And I've got a couple purple. Will that purple look okay? Because I do have a pink one too, but I don't know if the pink one goes as much. I have a light blue, but I don't think the light blue goes. But just because they're sitting here kind of thing, you know? And then I could pop in a leaf. I think the purple would probably work. And so what I like to do with flowers like this is I try and find an object. And honestly, if there's one here, oh, see, like a paintbrush, like so. That maybe isn't big enough. But like your water, oh here, my old water painter is perfect. I just go, am I on screen? I go in the middle and I just push down, and that gives them a little bit of shape. You can also pick them up and do that sort of thing too, right? And I've already done it to the leaves. I've pulled them in and in and in. But I'm just thinking if I did that and then a couple, well, I feel like I need it to be 3. I don't know if the purple goes, so maybe I'll just go with 2, because the purple maybe isn't so much blackberry friendly. And I don't think the blue, the baby blue, balmy blue goes, and I don't think I have anybody else here. No. So maybe I'll just put the 2 on, and then I'll tuck the leaves in. I think that will look good, and at least then it's not naked. Hey, Grace. I'm gonna stick you down first, and I might clip this edge just so that, again, insurance, make sure it doesn't, and maybe we'll put it here. And then we'll put our leaves here. Ooh, flowers, leaves here and here. And where do we put the blue? And there's a lot of blue on this card, so I think that I can bring in these blue dots, but I think I'm going to stick with the little ones. Well, maybe we'll put a big one over here too. Like so. And then we didn't do anything on the inside, but I could grab that stamp set. Which is from the Dahlia Days, like this little daisy. This little flower right here, it's like my favorite. This guy, but maybe we'll use these 3 baby ones. And we might use the blackberry. Bring that color in to the inside of the card. Uh-oh, did I lose a gem? Why is it stuck to my hand? How did I do that? So there. So that makes that fancy. So that's number 1. And then we'll get rid of this and this. So that's retired ribbon. If you love it, let me know. I might be able to hook you up. I might have a couple rolls. Or 5. Anyways. Okay, so I had a thought for the next card because I was going to use the other piece, and you put it where? Is it here? Yeah, it's here, this one. Because I kind of had a thought when I pulled out my stamps. We'll put you there. When I pulled out my stamps to do the card, I pulled this one out because I really love the fonts, and this is a stamp set in the annual catalog, and it's one that I think might go away because this stamp set has been around for a very long time. But I'm thinking that these birds might look really cool with this sort of background kind of thing. So I'm going to cut this one to the 4 inches, and I might trim the bottom part off. Okay, if I went 4, I better go with 5 1/4. So basically all I did was trim off some of the green, so I have more of the top bit, and then maybe I'll layer it on a piece of white. So that one is 4 and 5 1/4, so this one's going to be 4 1/8 and 5 3/8. So that I have that layer. Yes. Because it's really nice when you add a layer to your card, right? And then what I'm thinking is, now we need a piece of white, and I just used the one I had. Oh, we'll pull this one out. And we'll stamp, I'm trying to think, background or card base color. Should I go, why don't you guys vote for the card base color? Thanks, Julie. Should I do like a bumblebee? Well, maybe we should wait and see what color the birds are going to turn out. Because I'm thinking I want to stamp the birds and then have the birds sort of going across the card, like so. Is kind of where I'm going with this. So we will stamp them in Memento. And it's a bigger stamp, so that's why I turn it upside down and go from there. And I'm trying to remember, these ones don't have dies. I'm guessing that's fussy cutting, aren't we? Perfect. So here's my thought. Leave you here. Should I do a sentiment while I'm here? There's actually a really nice little thank you here. And I don't think I've ever used it. Like that. Isn't that pretty? It's so cute. It's always good to do a practice stamp. Why are you not... Okay, part of the problem is I have a bigger block and it's not in the middle, I think, is my problem. So it's hard to apply... Nope, it's really juicy on the T. It's hard to apply even pressure when it's at one end. I know you guys are all probably thinking I'm crazy. That's better. You guys are probably thinking I'm crazy because you would have used some of those, but And that's a little fussy. A little bit, Joyce likes to say, anal. But like, see how blobby that is, and it's like really thick, and then I got this little squitch here, and then I don't know what happened to the U there, and then it's darker there, and it's darker at the top, and still, and like this one here I can live with. So that's gonna be my thank you that I use, and then we're gonna color this before I cut these out. So I'm thinking we could do. I'm gonna use some of the colors in the page. So I'm going to do yellow. I think a yellow belly would be pretty. And then we'll come in with a little bit of the dark daffodil around the edges. And then I feel like light Calypso coral, because this kind of makes me think corally. And like, I haven't researched, you know, like a bird that's this color or anything. So this is light coral, light Calypso coral, and then I'm gonna bring in my light papaya and color in and sort of blend the yellow into the coral. Not bad. And then I might do dark Calypso for their little beaks. I'm just trying to be the super carefulest of careful. Put everybody back together here. Oh dear. That's good, Julie. What you guys need to give me some idea. What do you think? Card-based color like Calypso, Bumblebee, Daffodil, or should we pick a green out of there? I'm not so much a green fan. I think these lend themselves to more of a old olive. So I'm going to take the dark, and I'm just going to trace some of these lines on the leaves. I'm in good company then if you're fussy, Julie. That's what I should have said. It's not a bad thing. It's just how some of us are. I wish I had a Pear Pizzazz, because I feel like it would be just a touch lighter, and I would maybe use it more for my leaves. But I do like Granny Apple, but it's not really going to go with this this paper. I feel like it's a darker green. Okay, and then I feel like oh, missed a leaf. Missed this little leaf over here. I feel like my stem should be, oh, let's use crumb cake, because it's not, oh, that's ivory. That's crumb cake, and this is crumb cake. And so what I'll do is I'll draw lines where all these lines are. And then I'll just come in with the light and just draw the rest of that stick. Branch, I guess I should call it a branch. It's not a stem or a stick. I think those birds are pretty. It turned out better than I thought. I've always been nervous to figure out how to color the birds. And then the flowers, I think the flowers maybe should be pink. We should maybe pull that, the polished pink. So I'm just going to do like a, you know what? I'm going to do my reverse. I'm going to color, sometimes I start with the darks and end with the lights. And sometimes I go the other way. And I'm going to try and leave some white bits and not fill them in all the way. And I'm just going to tap little dots in the middle, just to sort of where I think the flower would be a little darker. And there. And then that'll go with my sort of my color scheme here. And then you just have to be painfully watching me fussy cut it. I think this is going to turn out to be my more favorite card. I don't hate the other one. I think these birds on that paper are going to look really cool. And my intent was to sort of start with using the in colors, and I guess I got a little bit of in colors on the last one because I used the Misty Moonlight, but it's because I want to keep reminding people that if you love the Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Misty Moonlight, Just Jade, that time is running out for those colors, and you need to like get on the, I'm not going to go all the way there because I don't want to cut that leaf off. You need to get your re-inkers and maybe buy a little bit of cardstock if it's a favorite color, because by May 3rd, well, long before May 3rd it'll be sold out, but after May 3rd there will be no hope in getting it unless it happens to hit the clearance rack, but that's a pretty big gamble. So I stocked up on some Misty Moonlight because I can't imagine life without it, and I love it. And I bought an extra re-inker, and I got a couple customers who have bought a couple things that they don't think they can live without. So get on it, because so far everything is available, but Misty Moonlight is on low inventory. I do know that, so I was like, oh, thank goodness I got on that. I don't think anything's sold out yet. But it's only a matter of time, and I wouldn't want anybody to be disappointed. Okay, why does Apple keep sending me receipts for things that I'm not buying? And I even went in and changed my password. Like, what is that all about? I gotta get Lisa on that. I don't remember signing up, but that doesn't mean I didn't sign up, I guess. I don't know. Hey, Michelle. Did you miss the first card that had a lot of purple on it? I hope so. Hey, my... Oh, hang on. There's a little purple here in the corner here for you to see, maybe. Oh, it's off camera. Here you go. Anyways. Is purple banned from your house? I have to make sure I pack my purple sweater. She doesn't like purple. And I'm going to be going to her house. See, now this would be something that would maybe be better stamped on a stitched rectangle, or they came with these dies that were like a nested label that are like a rectangular hexagon because it has 6 sides. I don't know if it probably has a name. They called them nested shapes, so they didn't really even give them a name. Oh, while we're fussy cutting, let's do I want to fussy cut that? I could probably just go straight across here. And straight across here. And just snip my ends. And it might look a little bit rustic-like, but I can live with that. Okay. Now, did we decide what we were going to use for a color base? Did anybody have an issue? Or, I mean, a comment? I think we're going to go with Bumblebee. Because the yellow's kind of standing out to me. So I am embossing it. Okay. So this is 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we're going to put a crease on it. And I'm going to glue down my white. Oh, but what if I wanted to put a ribbon on? Oh, we'll use twine and we'll put it under the thing. Okay, so this one goes down first. And you'll see how by adding extra layers, it just does something for your card. It's another thing. Just makes a difference when you add that layer. I think so anyways. I think these guys should have some dimensionals behind them. So, oh, yeah, I have all these bits to use here. Put one more in the center here just because this bird seems like he might. I think that's probably good. And then what I might do is here where there's some of these other leaves is I might give them a little bit of a flick but just with my nail. You can use the bone folder too. Just be careful you're gentle, and because they'd be easy to yank off there. Just gives them a little bit of shape when you go to stick all this down. A little bit of dimension. There's a fuzzy there. Did I glue it under my card? Might be a dog hair. Gracie May was trying to be cuddly. We got watching a show and I was like, I told Rita I was gonna go live today. So I'm like, well, we'll ask if anybody's around. So there, I was thinking this could go here. Sort of there. And then, now what did I do with those dimensionals? Did I put them away? I did put them away. Oh, sounds like maybe it's raining outside. Could it be? I don't think it's supposed to rain. And then linen thread. Where did you put that? Oh, there's a part roll here. Not quite used up. I'm just tucking it under the flowers and the leaves. Maybe I shouldn't, because now you can't see the of the things. And let's put this blue one back in on the package. This little hitchhiker. And what should we use? Oh yeah, let's use up some of these ones. This green will look nice with these. And I'll just maybe tuck it in and around my sentiment here a little bit, which looks just a little bit crooked here. Goodness. There we go. Where did I get those? Oh, this one. Okay. And then the inside needs an inside. And I have all these white bits here, but I don't think one of them is the right size for an innie. I think they're all too short, even. Too small. Too big. Nope, that one will work. Oh, it's just a hair long. Yeah, just a hair long. So, okay, the stamp set is MIA. Let's take the leaf, because it's something littler and easy to stamp. Or color, I mean. Well, easy to stamp and color, but you know what I mean, right? this and this, and this and this, and this is the dark Old Olive, and then light Old Olive. Maybe the shadow of the card is slightly in the way. And like I did before, I left, like, don't think I'm not coloring fully. I'm being artsy and leaving white specks or white bits. So now I can take these cards and take this video and flip it into a YouTube video, and then I'll have a video to go with my cards on my blog. So let me see here. If my camera setup is still wonky. So if I put these here, there's my 2 cards using the New Horizon DSP that comes in a 6x6 pack. And the Free as a Bird stamp set. And this hello came from that birthday one that I opened and I used and I promptly lost. Nope, it's here. Right here. Biggest Wish. It's a good birthday sentiment. Oh, hey. And you know what? I have, hang on, where's that block? There's a block around here somewhere that has a stamp on it. And I just realized, yeah, right here. I just realized where it came from, because these pluses, oh, nope, it's not those pluses. So it's still a mystery. I don't know where those pluses go. So they're just sitting there hanging out, because this one must have its pluses then. Oh, this one has a lot of stuff in it from a card class I did, and these are my extra bits. Oh yeah, the pluses are there, so it's not from there. Anyhow, there's my cards. Everything that you see me use is available on my online store. Thanks, Julie. And you can find me at stampinwiththebees.blogspot.com. I'm on here regular. I'm not really regular as far as the days of the week. I try to come on Tuesdays. Sometimes I come on Fridays. Usually I like to announce it, but I'll have to get better at it. But it's dance season, and you know, running the kid around to dance is the #1 priority right now. So hopefully you guys will put up with that for a little bit longer, because that's going to be like all the way into May. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great night. Well, I guess it's only Tuesday, so it's too early to wish you a good weekend. So have a good rest of the week. And I will not be on Friday this week, but I might pop in on the weekend a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Good night.